Uganda will host this year's Uganda South African Trade Summit, set to take place in September, following a similar event that took place in South Africa in February. The event is expected to attract hundreds of private sector players and boost foreign direct investment for both countries.
South Africa, we have had month-on-month increase of our exports from $352 million to $555 million. I can't point a finger that that's South Africa only, but I can tell you there's such a thing called the kitchen and preparation and cooking, and it's called awareness. It's called shouting a lot about Uganda being a good source, even if there are many things happening in our country.
Trade barriers like double taxation and difficulty in attaining visa for Ugandan traders to South Africa remains a major impediment to carry out trade between Uganda and South Africa. The Minister of State for Foreign Affairs in charge of regional affairs, John Mulimba, and the South African High Commissioner assured the business community of the commitment between two countries to address the challenges.
If our people, the private sector, Ugandan private sector, can't move easily to South Africa to have business engagements, to have business meetings, it's difficult for us to actually trade together and work together easily. So we hope that's one of the critical aspects that will be further resolved in this business summit.
This matter was discussed at length. There were a number of requirements that the two governments agreed to work on. And I would remember that there was a deadline of October this year that both government, our immigration services must come together and meet and look to ensure that these requirements are being met.
Now, because what is very central to us in Uganda is business. I would like to call upon the High Commission of Uganda that Uganda is very soon going to propose to you that we fast track the waiver of visa requirement, beginning with the business community. And we will say, Chairperson, profile that team of business people, such that even if it's still difficult to propose a waiver for official and diplomatic, we start with business. It only makes sense that way.
Trade volumes between Uganda and South Africa has increased since the last Uganda-South Africa Trade Summit, and the upcoming summit is expected to boost trade between the two countries. Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.